Alright guys, today we're going to do some more main idea practice. Yesterday we watched Annie and Moby's video together and we learned how to determine what the main idea of a book is. So we're going to read a book here together on Raz Kids, and we're going to decide using all of our details and everything we know about main idea to decide what it is together. So here's our book, and it's called Earth's Water. So right away we can kind of guess that the main idea is about Earth's water. This book is going to be all about Earth's water. So here's our focus question down here if you look. And our focus question a lot of times will help us figure out what the main idea is. It says, why is water important? So that means this book's probably going to have a main idea altogether about why water is important. So here we go. Here's the table of contents. And the table of contents also kind of helps us figure out main idea. So this first section is called Water Everywhere. That main idea is probably going to be about water being all over the place and all the different places it can be. Different forms of water will be the main idea for the next section. Changing water, how water changes, how water is important. And then our glossary is just a tool in the book that tells us what words mean that we're not sure about. So this first section is called Water Everywhere. Water is in ponds, lakes, and oceans. It flows in rivers and streams. It is in the air and frozen as snow and ice. So this page on the main idea is about all the different places that water can be. And what details do you see that support that main idea? It tells us the places water can be, right? So I could make myself a little bubble map here about water everywhere. And that goes in the middle because that's my main idea of this section. Water everywhere. Where could water be? Could be in an ocean, right? Could be in a lake. Where else? Could be in a pond. Could be in a river. Where else did they tell us water could be? Let's look back and see. Ooh, it's in the air and it's frozen as snow and ice. So we can say it's in the air when it's raining, right? Snow and ice, it could be on the ground. Could be in a cup at your house. You could drink the water in a cup. Okay, so water can be everywhere. And all of these little spider legs around here, those are our details that support the main idea of water being everywhere. Let's keep reading. Most of Earth is covered with water. Plants and animals need water to live. What are some ways you use Earth's water? So right here, this little boy is using it to swim, using it to wash the dog. They're riding on a raft, watering plants, right? There's all kinds of ways to use water. Different forms of water. And again, when we see this heading right here, it tells us what it's going to be about. And main idea is what it's about, right? So that kind of gives it away. Different forms of water. Most of the water we see is a liquid. Liquid water takes the shape of the container it's in. So this is liquid water. Not all water is liquid, though. When water gets very cold, it freezes, it becomes solid, and solid water is called ice. So we get that sometimes in the winter when it's super cold and it rains. That water that's raining is ice. Much of Earth's frozen water is at the north and south poles. So we learned about those places where it's super, super cold. Some of Earth's water is invisible. It's in the air. The water is a gas. So that section told us about how different forms of water. So our main idea of what that section was all about was different forms of water. And I'm going to do my map a little different this time. Different forms of water. So I'm going to put my main idea at the top, kind of like our graphic organizer, right? Our topic sentence goes at the top. And then I'm going to have detail 1, detail 2, Detail 3. So water can be a liquid, right? That's the kind that we usually know. Can be a liquid. When it's frozen, it can be ice, right? And when it's in the air, when it's evaporating after it rains and stuff, and it feels really muggy outside, it's a gas. So your different forms of water are right here. These are our details, and they get together to make this whole main idea up here. Let's keep reading. We're not going to stop on the next one. Changing water. So we know it's going to be about how water changes. That's our main idea. Water is always changing. When water is heated, it melts. It changes to a liquid. When liquid water gets cold, it freezes and it changes to ice. Have you ever seen a puddle of water dry up on a hot day? Energy from the sun changed the liquid water into a gas. This is called evaporation. We just kind of talked about that a little bit. When invisible water is in the air, in the air gets cold, it can make clouds. Clouds are tiny drops of liquid water. These drops can get bigger, then they fall as rain. Water is important. So here it's going to tell us all about how we use water, why it's important. Rain keeps plants alive. We fight fires with water. Animals take baths in water. It's important to take care of the earth's water. Polluted water, or this up here, this very dirty water, makes people, plants, and animals sick. Would you want to drink and play in that polluted water up there? I wouldn't. The end. So on your seesaw today, there is a little kind of like a graphic organizer about this book that we just read about water, the Earth's water. So I have 2 details at the top, and you have to read those 2 details and figure out what you think a good main idea for those details would be. And remember, our details support, or like Annie said, hold up the main idea. So could I have a main idea about let's see. Could my main idea be fruits? A book about fruits, and one of my details be a sandwich? No, because that's not a fruit. So you need to make sure that whatever main idea you pick matches both details. Right, I can't wait to see them.